Okay, welcome back. Today we're diving into something that's been all over our feeds, a case file we've been asked to break down, the reflection pathogen. Now, on the surface, this thing is just a brilliantly put together internet ghost story. It's a hoax, for sure, but a very, very compelling one. We're gonna walk you through it piece by piece and show you exactly how the trick works. Yeah, and it starts with stuff like this. It's poetic, it's mysterious. It's written to make you feel like you're handling something ancient and forbidden, not just scrolling through a message board. It's actually a really clever way to set the mood right from the start.
Right. And here we go, layer one of the whole performance. You get this official-looking, almost government-style warning. This is a classic move. It immediately sets you on edge, makes you feel like you're doing something you shouldn't be. It's basically priming you, getting you ready for the scare.
Exactly. The whole story hinges on this one idea, that words themselves can be a kind of contagion. It's a sci-fi trope, really, but the narrative uses it to blur the line between the story you're reading and the screen you're reading it on. The whole point is to make you feel like you're being watched. So, let's get into the first section. The thing that makes this story feel so real isn't the author's post itself. It's the reaction from the website's moderators, the people in charge who supposedly tried to stamp it out. This is where the creators of this whole thing were frankly kind of brilliant. Right, so the sequence of events is built for maximum drama. An author posts a weird story about little versions of people in reflections acting as micro-instructions. It gets yanked down almost immediately with a super severe warning about dangerous content. The author then reposts a safe version, and bam, senior moderators are in his private messages. The speed, the seriousness, it's all designed to feel real. And this is the central conflict they create. You've got the mods acting like this is a real-world threat saying, stop, this draws problems. Then you have the author playing the role of the innocent creator. Hey, it's just a story. That tension is what sells it. The mods are either overreacting or they're in on the whole performance. We take things down when they spread. See? They're making it sound like they're containing a biological agent, not just deleting a post. Hold on. That's weird. When you just turned your head, your reflection in the studio glass, it didn't blink. What? No, it was probably just a trick of the light or something. Come on, let's focus. The quote is clearly just part of building the mythology. All right, fine. Let's move on to the next section and see where this goes. This is where the so-called hoax escalates. It moves from just online threats to supposed tangible evidence that the story is having real-world effects. This is where they really try to ramp up the fear. Okay, look at the pacing on this slide. It's really interesting. The timeline is just so fast. A mod messages the author at 7 p.m., and by 10 p.m., their account is just gone. The next day, another one disappears. Then you've got police reports, and then the entire mod team just goes completely silent. This whole rapid-fire escalation is, of course, designed to make the reader panic. And then you get these alleged police report details. An empty apartment, no furniture, no clothes, nothing. Just a single mirror propped up, facing out into the room. I mean, it's a classic horror image, right? A rational person would say, okay, they just moved out suddenly. But the way it's presented, with no other context, it is unsettling. The reflection with the wrong teeth. It's such a specific, unnerving image. The more we go through this, it's starting to feel like we're not actually talking to anyone out there. It feels like we're just talking to the glass. And then this file name u_JPEG. Again, it's a typical digital horror trick. It's meant to make it feel personal, like it's aimed right at you. It's just a simple bit of code to name a file something creepy, but I don't know, it's still effective, isn't it? I'm just trying to rationalize it here. I listened. It asked for a replacement. This was supposedly on a handwritten note they found, and the story is very clear that the handwriting didn't belong to the mod who lived there. This is where the story shifts, suggesting the thing isn't just watching anymore. It's taking people, replacing them.
Okay, this is the last section. This is supposed to be the author's final post, the big confession, where he claims the story was never just a story. It was a hidden instruction manual. This is where all the pieces are supposed to click into place. So, the author claims these instructions were buried in the original text. Turn your phone's camera on in a dark room. Whisper a name, let the screen reflect, wait for your own reflection to blink when you don't. Wait a second. We're in a dark studio. We're staring into screens. We're reading the steps out loud. It learned to listen for certain rhythms that sound like permission. Oh my God, that's what we're doing. We are creating the rhythm. We are giving it permission right now, just by explaining this, just by saying the words. And this is supposed to be the final piece of the puzzle. A physical object. A photo. A photo taken from inside his house while it was locked. The threat isn't just on the screen anymore. It's in the room.
And the last thing is a voicemail, his own breathing, and then another breath, one that isn't his, and a whisper saying, "Keep watching." We have to stop. We have to stop this analysis. We need to shut this down right now.
Just stop. Cut the feed. What are you waiting for?
Okay, I'm trying. I'm trying to kill the feed. I'm trying to stop the recording. It's not responding to me.
The delete button on the console, it's not here.